As ready as I can be. How do we open this stuff up?
What do you mean?
Like when you start the cap. Electron, gotcha. Let me know when we're live.
We are.
Sweet. Welcome in everybody for game number 2 tonight. My name is Mason. I'll be joined here by
Ori Manta.
And we've got an exciting best of 3 series for you guys as Team Electron are taking on Bioshock here, starting off on Ascent. Looking like we're gonna have reversion back to a better time in the meta, as Tejo is fairly dead, I'm certain, as we're seeing currently a KO on both sides being taken, and currently we have Electron hovering and locking in a Gecko, so this should be definitely very interesting to see how this works out.
Getting right into it.
Yeah, on the other side, rocking the Breach KO instead. So it's going to be interesting to see how Breach plays out here in the current meta, especially now that Tejo's not involved as heavily anymore. It's definitely something I'm interested to see how that goes out. Electron opting for the Astra instead of the Omen as well. So I'm very interested here. Starting off here, Curtis Dewey on the defensive side with Electron, going to be starting over here on the B site. The map order would be Ascent to start, Lotus would be the next map up, and then Decider would be split if we make it that far. Pretty good map pool for a best of 3, so I hope you guys have a nice drink, some snacks, nice cozy chair or bed or whatever, however you're sitting down to watch this, because this is going to be a heck of a series. As we get into this here, the 0 point will find some. Here's we have a double aggression here towards the A main site. Tank gonna grab the ult orb.
Mid just completely uncovered here as Bio and Kingston walk down mid. Unlock. Might
fault line out, gonna stun out. Kingston gets one. This A split working to perfection as Soy gets 0, but Kingston with the trade out. 3v4 disadvantage for the side of Electron. Here is Spiff gonna drop down one of the mini stars of Astra's kit. And Cap gonna get one. Zoro falls. Cap gets a second one onto Kingston. Evens it up here.
They get slapped by
Gecko making the work here as Capped with a massive 3K helps secure the pistol round for the Team Electron.
Beep, beep, beep.
I do want to apologize if I do say anybody's names wrong, by the way. To any of the fans of either team. I'm gonna be a little rusty. It has been a while. But no, that round right there shows the tell of the two initiators. Gecko being so useful post-plant situations with the wingman that, you know, that 6th man of the year candidate in wingman. Up against Breach's fault line, which can make and break both attack and defense. This Baconator. Rocking the Koi. Koi Classic. Buy your favorite team's bundle, by the way. Speaking of the Koi Classic, it gets one onto Mick. Mikey. Yeah, Mikey.
I talked to him before the match started. That is how you say his name. Because I asked the same thing.
Gotcha. The Cosmic, what's it referred to as well? The Gravity Well being used to stall, but the plant will go down. His tank will get the spike down. Chip down to 34 HP here. Crucially, the attack side here, the saving team. 5v4 advantage. Not the first time they've had an advantage of the series. Aftershock going to come through to try to delay. Flashpoint getting ready, but deciding not to use it here. Just Flood retake about to come through for the side of Electron here. Mosh pit out.
We're getting a pick on a Baconator.
Yeah, Baconator currently with a 2K on the round. As Curtis drops down, as Capt gets 2, Zoro gets another one, and Capt with another multi-frag.
No problem.
Will he have time to get the defuse? It looks like he might just have enough.
And he did.
Oh, yeah, has 1.1. Kept with another massive multi-frag in the post plant to secure another round for Team Electron.
The close one was we saw Gecko flick away from hell, not knowing that there was a second player there.
Definitely read the first player, but was not expecting the second one. Zoro definitely tried as he might. It's unfortunately capped. The tell of these ciphers is like, man, who was it there in that last series that had, I saw that it had like 34, 35 frags in Cypher there on the Haven map?
33.
Absolutely unreal. The ciphers are out fragging. Here is Kingston representing NRG with that NRG buddy. And Soy just gonna get 2 massive picks here as Mikey trades him out, but Baconator getting 2 back as well. The Nova Pulse coming out to stun, try to stall just a little bit. As Zoro and Baconator have a lot to clear here.
At least one coming from their spawn. Gets the pick on him.
No, they're able to get Curtis here.
Unsure if
I
there's
know
a second.
exactly where you are.
Got the spike.
Chooses to use his ult.
Ooh.
One enemy
Neural theft coming through, able to get 1.
4 out of 5.
Spike down B.
Have to ace, and unfortunately the shots are just a bit wide. Soy's positioning never really cleared out, and that is the win con, and that converts the bonus round for Team Electron. Not really much of a bonus, so to speak, if you're looking at their economy presently.
Yeah, this is kind of a broken buy for Bioshock. Looking like 1 classic. Oh, 1 classic, 2 stingers, 2 sheriffs.
Not quite sure if they want to do a full-on save or if they want to try to do a G2-esque stinger buy here. Here we go. Soy gonna be the first contact here.
Stingers.
Yeah, Kingston gonna pop the Blade Storm here.
Mikey catching 3.
Ooh, that 0 point. Such a annoying ability, especially in these low eco rounds.
A flash by Tanic, but doesn't get anyone. Tries to clear out Wine. But no one is there.
And Soy able to get one into Kingston. It's going to be the Blade Storm dissipated. Spiff gets a second, gets Spiff with a 3.
Spike down A.
These rifles are making quick work of this eco. 0 gonna shrouded step onto sight. Stops will be heard and will be acknowledged. Dizzy gonna get the flash and the blind as Mikey finishes up the round. That is a very painless 4-0 round conversion there for Team
very well played by Team Electronic.
Oh yeah, Team Electronic. Dang it, that is a player from CS fame, Electronic, that I'm.
Yes. Oh, accidentally disconnected there.
Professional caster, by the way. New Discord. I'm not used to the layout of this Discord server.
Yes, Electronic is a professional CS player.
Yeah.
Team Electron.
Team Electron. Hey, if I'm comparing them to Electronic, yes, that's pretty high praise.
Cover going out.
They're
Where's
certainly
Ema?
playing like him.
Here we go. Slow default here. Coming in through this recently recreated B main. Gone are the days of the Odin spam, so Silva's reliance on this map being heavily neutered. This Curtis here. He's going to acknowledge the steps of 3. Null command coming out from the side of Tanic.
I think they're choosing a way for the entire
Spike
team to
planted.
try and do a retake here.
No, yeah, looks like we're going to get a... in reference to one of the 2. Yeah. Ooh, had a possibility of it. Ooh, and Kingston shots are just good as unfortunately the Phantom gets diffed.
Electron.
Here we go. Yeah, Cosmic Divide went up in the interim. I'm going to protect Boathouse here. This Cypher util going to be such a nuisance here.
I don't
Saurian's
think
already
they know
down
that
to 15
Kingston is on
HP.
the flank though.
Mm-hmm.
Catches one off guard.
Oh, yep, and Capped gets
Closed out. First win for Bio.
big flawless round for Team Bio.
Absolutely amazing lurk from Kingston there. Catching two off guard.
Oh yeah, managing
that
to get the
Astra
Astra and also managing to take out some of the reinforcements there on that retake. Definitely seemed like it was a set full-on retake. Very apropos that I mentioned the Stinger round from G2. Might as well mention the other America's representatives and Sentinels, very known for their team retakes. Gonna TP into the little cubby there. An A main. Slower presence here being shown. It did look like Curtis and Soy did actually walk up to B main to acknowledge to see if there was anybody lurking. So they've cleared a ton of space towards the lobby. Looks like Kingston and... 1 second. Kingston and Zoro, my apologies, are gonna try to be clear from the shadows to gain intel. B site's free. But Mikey here gonna be holding the tiles position as Zoro gets one onto Curtis. Mikey's gonna swing out, not gonna get anything. Has managed to get one with the 0 point. Spray through the smoke is good.
Shoots at the speed of Kingston. Does a little bit of damage, I think.
Ooh, and Kingston able to get one onto Cap. Baconator finding Spiff.
Could be getting a second here on Soy.
Oh, beautiful pop flash. But doesn't read the corner. But they make it work as Baconator and Tanic clean up the round, and that's the second one on the board for Team Bioshock. So far, so good for Bioshock. I would definitely like to see a little bit more them be a little bit more proactive here. It seems like they are planning to do that here, as it looks like Tanic is gonna start out over on the B side, potentially over there behind that hut. Could set up a lineup potentially for a fake knife towards A. No, we're gonna knife out into B main. Gonna acknowledge the position of 1. Flashes out. That is where the heaviest contingent of players are. It's a 3-2 split here with Kept playing towards the back. Would probably be the rotate.
Off your feet!
The fault line coming out will stun 1, will be stun Spiff, and Zoro is able to get the pick onto that. Fragment gonna come out. And Kingston's got a ton of space up heaven here, and it's gonna be a 4v5 retake. Kingston able to get 1, 15 HP, Kept. Opt to not swing it. The timing just not there. Able to get one on the Curtis, but Cap finds the timing. It's 2 for 1 on that trade there. 0 point out from Tanic. We'll find 2 on Saurian and onto Capped here.
Looks like they might be choosing to save this round. Good decision on their half.
Yeah, 2v4.
Low
Both
on money.
Yeah, Econ not quite there. Not a bad decision there, especially with Baconator 1 off of an ult. Don't want to give the other Cypher a chance to farm the neural theft for free, so to speak. Especially in the IGL's mindset, and that kind of situation gives you another 10-15 seconds, so you could probably formulate a strat for next round.
For sure.
And after 3 in a row, Bioshock's got their Econ back up and running. This would be a crucial round for Bioshock here. If they can manage to win this one, this would break the economy of Electron again. But speaking of economy, the ult economy definitely firmly in the side of Electron here, as 4 ultimates are ready. Neural Theft, Blade Storm, Null Command, and Thrash are all ready. Dizzy being invested pretty early, I believe.
Baconator hits the scan.
Ooh, and these 2 players up in mid, Tanic and Kingston here, it's gonna get a lot of action. As Kev's able to get 1, Kingston with the trade. Zero gonna TP into switch. Oh, Mikey gonna utilize a null command to try to neutralize this. Baconator able to take it out. Kingston able to get 1 onto Soy. Traded out by Curtis. It's going to be a 2v3 post plant here with the 3 players on site. Probably going to be noted by Mikey's positioning. The flank will be accounted for as Spiff does shoot the trip. Paranoia still crucially in the back pocket being utilized. Further delay. Here we go, the retakes on here. Spiff able to get one. Thrash being utilized as well, quickly dealt with.
One enemy remaining.
And time is of the essence here. Mosh going out. And Curtis gonna have no other option but to try to save or play exits here. Gonna try to play exits. Does manage to get one on the Baconator, but Zero deals with it. As Zero does die to bomb. However, that is a 4th on the board for Team Bioshock.
Man, Spiff walked into 2 trips that round. Just giving away his position.
It's not indicative of success if you're giving away your positioning to the enemy Cypher. Especially crucially for Bioshock. If you want to, you know, winning the round's great, but if you can force the other team to use 2 of their 4 ultimates in one round, it's even better. Especially if you're able to get 2 of your own up and running again, as Baconator and Kingston. No, yeah, Dizzy being used as tank, able to punish that on the Saurian. Broken by, I'm seeing a Guardian, a Sheriff, a Stinger, and a Phantom being used. As Zero able to get 2, but Spiff with that lone Phantom able to get 1, but 1 is all he'll get. It's going to be all up to Baconator, or not Baconator, my apologies, all up to Capped, the other Cypher. Who has just put a Sheriff to his name. The shot's going just a bit wide as Zero gonna fall back into his dark cover. Reload from Capped here. Aftershock coming out as it's looking like Baconator may find the timing, but no, Capped is just gonna walk right into the Recon Phantom's crosshair. There's a 5th on the board for Bioshock on
Just swapping in new fusion cells.
Corey. What has quickly become a defensive-sided map as Electron opts for a timeout here.
Good call in their half.
Yeah.
Get their bearings in place.
This was, to my understanding, this was not their map pick, or was this their map pick?
Let me check real quick.
It all happened so fast, so I was not aware.
This was Bioshock's pick.
So Bioshock's pick, and Electron decided to start on the defensive side. Typically a map that I would say is more neutrally sided rather than defense sided. And I think Bioshock's attack so far is proving that, but going into this timeout, you know, what would you be saying if you were a coach IGL opting to take a pause here?
Well, I've never been in the IGL position, but honestly, it seems like both teams are just playing very, very fast paced. We're not seeing a lot of slow movement here. It's very much just as soon as they get to the entrance of the site, they're just full rushing it. They're not really taking time to play around the map.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with you. It's very pug feeling. It's very much like a pug match.
Yeah.
Very, hey, we're gonna hit this site. We're not gonna have any protocols on it. My apologies.
They throw info out like a Dizzy, and then they just instantly hit site off that.
Ooh, and Dizzy being used, so is the 0 point. It's Tenek gonna throw that beautiful fragment, gonna deny space into market there as Curtis able to get really nice shots on the Kingston there.
Bacon gets the pick on Mikey.
I know exactly what
The chip damage from the Cypher setup. Narrow theft being utilized.
Spike planted.
As it's quickly down to a 2v2. Where did the other 6 picks come from? Rolling Thunder being utilized from Zoro here. And then also we're trading out a Cosmic Divide as well. So it definitely looks like Electronic are gonna definitely make an attempt at this.
Can't use that concussive.
But Zero's positioning here, this little crevice there in Boathouse, such a nasty spot. He's gonna hear every bit of this here. Cosmic Divide's gonna go down to Spiff.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, he expects it. The Paranoia goes out. And the 2v2 plays out in their favor. They each get their 1. In time. Oh my God.
Get it last second.
I thought there for a second. I was prepared to say, did the game just screw over Soy? But I guess Soy was just messing with us as much as they were messing with the other team. As Electron
Extra money if anyone needs.
coming out of their own timeout with a round conversion, which is big, tying this back up 5-5. But with that 5-round run, Bioshock have the economy to get through the rest of the half here. Kingston still has the Blade Storm, which I'm going to
Get out of my way.
suspect, yes, will be popped this round with that Judge purchase. 0 point going out. We'll find out. I want to say maybe about 2. I'm not sure.
Blocking sight.
Dashes in here.
Just set
Cypher
up for
trip.
the Blade Storm.
Yeah. Excellent read from Cap. Beautiful counter strat. As it's a 4-player stack here to the B site. As Zoro able to get Cap to manage to get one on the Baconator. As Soy here being a nuisance and market as
Spike
Mikey
planted.
playing from CT. Null Command coming out. It's gonna be a
All three of their
4v3.
players in Boathouse playing for the post plant in Boathouse as an interesting pick.
It's a very interesting strategy here. Both initiators still up. Fault line being held by Zoro here. 3v4 here, so it's gonna be a flashpoint coming out. Able to get one. Soy able to get one on the Tanic. Zoro able to get one on the Mikey. Paranoia is good. Hits one. Zero with a fake TP, but once again the 2v2 retake. Working out to the advantage of Electron.
Flash is ready. Is it off? It's off.
Very, very fast retake by Electron.
Last round.
Very
in the
fast,
read that.
very efficient, I will say.
Read that perfectly. And kept with his. He was just expecting that jet dash in.
Yeah, it was a very good read.
Stars in the astral plane. I should roll.
I cannot. Go ahead.
There.
We'll see if they're expecting this full A push. It looks like.
No, yeah. It looks like they are going to be, once again, Bioshock are going to be running back into the strong side here. Best they can hope for is a tied half, 6-6 here. It will be another full buy. The only player in the lobby with not a full 150 HP will be Mikey with that light shield purchase on the Vandal.
Spiff playing deep into wine.
Ooh, that
Cleared
wine
out.
spot accounted for. They've been clearing that every time they've hit through A, so...
It finally worked out for them.
Oh yeah, the one time that I'm thinking Spiff is probably reading that they may not clear it. No, unfortunately for them, that protocol is well ingrained into their execute. And here we are, not even 40 seconds into the round, about 33 seconds into the round, we've already got a site take. And meanwhile, Curtis able to get one on the Baconator. Sorry, able to get the other jet as Kingston falls. And Thrash being utilized, going to be cleared out here. Oh, but Zoro gets 2 in that massive position. And Zero able to get one onto Soy. Zero still behind Dice. Shrouded Step going to be used for intel.
Corpus behind curtain. They just.
Amazing post plant there from Zoro. Zero,
Switching sides.
Tanic, and Zero. God, too many Zeds.
For sure.
I will get better as the tournament goes on. I apologize.
No, you're all good, man.
I'm out of practice, man. But nah, 6-6 half. Definitely working out in the favor of Bioshock if recent trends are to be accounted for, but
This is a nice spot.
definitely don't know. We definitely need to see a couple rounds on how Team Electrons attack half. I almost did it again. I've been watching way too much CS.
Not necessarily a bad thing.
Nah. Got I Am Dallas coming up. Then you've got the Austin Major. Big fault line. Get a stud 4. The decoy shot goes just about outside. Is Kingston able to get one? Soy with the trade.
Blocking
The
sight.
Leviathan Classic doing more damage in the hand of Soy than it ever did in the hands of Demon 1. Sorry, Max. Love you, but performance split 1 wasn't indicative of a star player. Now everything slows down. Both teams trading a player. And now we're into our first mid round as Tanic's able to get one on a Curtis here.
See Baconator playing over at B still, along with Kept. Kept just slowly working himself on a B.
A massive cat and mouse game here between the Anchor and the Lurk. So I think Zero may have actually read the read. Yeah, as the B main smoke's gonna go out.
Here.
Spiff still playing for a lurk now. Sees Zoro, but doesn't quite get the pick on him. Runs out of the stun.
Zero's gonna actually go
30
back to
seconds
A, and it's gonna leave Baconator all by himself here.
Oh, but Spiff is working up behind Baconator, but Baconator might get him first.
Ooh.
Spike planted.
Sees the gun, hits the shots.
It's a 4-man retake.
And with the only player on the side of Team Bioshock being weak is Baconator here. A Soy, 49 HP in a dream here. Ghost in hand, dodges the paranoia, able to get one on the Tanic. Zoro able to do quick work, and Zero able to finish off Captain. That's going to be a pistol round conversion.
Team Ace.
Amazing call by Zero. Telling his team to rotate over. Spiff just not able to get the lurking pick.
I need a drop.
Would have loved to hear the team comms on that, because that read there is amazing. That as somebody who does, I mean, from both teams, like that was a really well thought out lurk and anchor there from both Cypher players. Like I'm, as somebody who does play that way in ranked, despite me being low elo, I love it. I love it when it works out in an organized setting like this. Very excellently done. Is looking like we're gonna get a death ball towards B here. Ooh, Kingston with that eco round operator. Oh yeah. One of the things you can do with the Astra you can't really do with the Omen due to that omnipresent utility with the stars. Is Baconator able to get one, but Curtis able to do more with the EDG Classic than anybody else in North America.
Last player standing.
Oh, we almost saw a knife kill there, but Zoro able to take care of the body block. It's gonna be all up to Spiff. 4 alive. And Kingston able to do work with that outlaw. That is pushed the lead to 6-8.
I call you Chale because it means you're my friend. But maybe I should call you Kwasia because you follow.
I don't really know what caused that stall there, because from the first part of that attack hit looked really nice out of the side of Team Electron. But for Team Electron, you have a full buy coming up here. Only Capped is going to be forced onto something other than heavy shields, playing a little bit of Halo with the regen shields. The dark cover going out, covering top mid here. Going to deny some information here. There's a 3 stack on A, a 3-1-1 out of the side of Bioshock. So it does look like Electron are going to start slowly walking up this A main. The pop flash will be noted. Spiff placing some stars.
Calling the team over.
Yeah, the nebulas will go out. Curtis getting hit by that outlaw, hit down to 10 HP. It's Kingston able to get one on the Kept, but Spiff takes care of him. Spiff able to get one on the Tank. As Zero gets a trade, and Zoro gets one on the Curtis as well. But meanwhile, Wingman getting the plant down.
Mikey getting the 2-piece.
Yeah, Mikey with another frag and avoid the pie. At 2K. It's gonna be all up to Baconator here. Both players in main here. Drop down will be noted. Has to clear out the site. Long 0-point lineup. Checking to see if he's playing in switch corner. Here we go, Baconator. This crossfire is absolutely disgusting. Able to get the 1, but unfortunately for him, the numbers advantage is just too much to overcome.
There's not much that you can do there sitting in Mikey's seat. Very well set up post plant.
Very, very excellently done. It's a round they should have won,
Should I
and
play
they
some
did,
stars in this reality?
but they could have done it more cleanly, as Kingston is able to bring an operator into the round, and the other 4 players are able to bring in Vandals and full shields.
The other team, it looks like all stingers.
Yeah, only Spiff bringing in the
Oh,
Soul Rifle
one
into this
down.
round, a very costly anti-bonus. Despite the round win, the economy damage.
Kingston hitting us insane collateral.
Kingston just out here saying, making his case for the Phase 5 challenge with that collat. His tank.
Looking
Tanic is going to get one of the capped.
Mikey is just unsure of what he wants to do here.
Last player
Yeah.
standing.
Kingston pushing up,
Flawless.
and he does get the
And
third
Kingston with the 3K with that op. Someone's been watching some Ospas with that Forsaken op. Would you say that Ospas has made that op iconic, just like Ye and the Ion op, and
Here.
who is it I'm thinking of as Electron actually are pulling another timeout here? Who was it?
I would have to agree with you. People like to
Yeah.
look up to their favorite players. You get the same skin as them, you feel like that you're going to perform as them.
Oh yeah.
And if you feel like you're going to perform, you are going to perform.
100%. The name of one of the Turkish players, Sined, was evading me with him and the Prism op from back in the day. Remember when he was running wild with Ascend on the jet back in the day?
Ew.
But Electron definitely well timed timeout here before another force buy. It's gonna be a very broken buy for Team Electron here, as it's looking like Soy gonna be on a classic with heavy shields. Rest of the team not really able to scrap much else beyond a Vandal and a couple of regen shields and a couple of full shields here.
If I'm Soy, I'm going for that ult orb, and I'm trying to finish out so that way I can use my Blade Storm. Only one
Good.
off.
That goes there.
100%
Looks like
ult
they might try
economy.
and push into Kingston, but I don't think they're going to expect Kingston here on A.
No, the fault line coming through, especially this crossfire with him and tank. It's gonna be a test of nerves here.
Unsure of what to do. Mikey pushes up with the team. Unsure that Kingston.
Ooh,
is
the
down
shoulder
in one.
spotted. And Jiggle peek this. They may actually read the op. Ooh. Might have actually just caught the
Mikey in
glint
for
of the
a pop
barrel.
flash. He's getting ready for that pop flash. There it is.
Yep.
Kingston falls back. No pop flash from
Oh,
Tan.
beautiful pop flash into the aftershock. Mikey left on an island. Another great flash.
Standing.
Oh my.
Spike down A.
The team play just immaculate out of the side of Bioshock. It's going to be all up to Cap. Had a 3K and a 4K the first 2 rounds of their defense half.
My camera is destroyed.
Would he be able to potentially keep his team in it here? Crosshair not set. Does see 0. Still very paranoid about that market position here, as slowly but surely his world is
30
closing in. Kingston on the flank. 0 holding from lane. The cage coming out. Will note the position of Kingston here.
Insane 4-piece by Kingston. Just an
Insane.
absolute menace with the operator. 22 and 13 now.
Absolutely unreal performance out of Kingston. I was about to say, you could run from death, but you can only evade him for so long until he catches up with you. And just like that, Electron back on another staggered buy, as Soy going to bring in the hero rifle here with light shields. Rest of the team, 2 ghosts, a stinger, and a sheriff. Oh, yeah, a stinger and 2 ghosts.
You are divided.
Cosmic Divide being used here. And Zero's just going to play ahead of it. The shot goes just a bit wide.
Shadows traveling.
Dark cover coming up, but Zoro has such a nutty timing here. Oh, they just fall.
remaining.
They just line them up and knock them down as Zero playing behind the Cosmic Divide to perfection with another 4K for Bioshock.
Absolutely insane 4-piece by Zoro.
I'm not going to lie, I'm a little surprised they invested the Cosmic Divide on an eco. But I respect the idea. It's the great lyricist of our time, Marshall Mathers, once said, "You're gonna find that nothing applies until you apply yourself. Apply yourself. You have to just see what sticks." we go. A must-win round for Electron here. As entire team has the Vandals in hand. Kingston here playing that cubby position there with the operator. It's a very moot point here. Very slowed, tempered approach as compared to the previous side. Spiff able to get one onto tank, but then Zoro 1 for 2's it. As Kept and Spiff himself both fall down. Just like that. Team Electron find themselves in a 3v4 disadvantage.
Kingston misses his first shot, gets the second though.
Spike
I was about to say that may be their saving grace, is that the first shot from Kingston went wide, but with Baconator, they're anchoring on the site.
Match
It was only a matter of time, and Bioshock finds themselves on map point. He's playing a
Team
hot
Electron?
potato with the operator here.
Can Team Electron save themselves? What do you think?
They can certainly try. I'm gonna say, you know what? I've seen Fnatic come back three rounds to 11 on Icebox map 5 at lock-in, so anything's possible. Rolling Thunder being invested as Kingston
full blind pushes
Yeah.
and does not get a singular pick.
is Mikey able
Zoro
to get
falling
one
back in a lot.
Hey.
Why? Spiff knows where he is.
Yeah. Curtis able to get one to Zoro.
Blinded.
I think Bioshock may have been doing a little trolling.
Exactly where.
Neural Theft's going out, and it's a 2v4 advantage. Or 2v5 if you count Wingman.
Spike planted.
Let's see, do they make a go with this?
Last player standing.
Spiff able to get one to Zero. It's gonna be up to Baconator here.
And they save themselves for one more round.
That's all you gotta do if you're Electron, Team Electron. You just gotta claw your way, one round at a time.
For sure.
Especially with Kingston pushing through another operator here. The economy for the side of Bioshock can only last and stabilize itself for so long before they have to save. If you're Team Electron, you have to get this game to 12-10 if you want to force overtime. If you want to shot it overtime.
I don't think that they're expecting Kingston here. Kingston misses
Very
the first
aggressive.
shot.
And Kingston able to get one on
second,
the stiff. Both cloud bursts
Ooh,
out.
the shorty catches both on reload, but does not get a pick on either.
What I find is
Very
more impressive is the spam not finding anything onto Kingston. That is just unfortunate. Everything stalled out here, but yeah, the shorty does ring true. And Kept, or who, the IGL of Electron. Calling a freeze here. 0.101.
Hurt just sitting there holding for his team. Kept going on that flank once again.
Camera taken out.
Zoro knows that one is at least there.
Cover going out.
Yeah, the spike. Ending towards
And
A is
cross.
Spike down A.
Tank able to get one. Baconator getting capped. It's going to be a 4v2 on the other side here. The spike left in no man's land.
Flash out.
It's going to be all up to Mikey and Soy here.
It's looking like it's it for them.
Time is just ticking away. 10 seconds. You have to find something.
Can't
4
go
kills
in
to
for the
find.
Defenders
As-
win.
As Tank and Zero both close it out. As Team Bioshock take map 1 ascent. Amazing game out of Bioshock on the defensive half. Going back to prove that the map has definitely been more and more defense-sided here in the last couple of months.
Absolutely. What an amazing play out of Kingston there with that operator.
24 and 15, 338 ACS. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with map 2 Lotus here in just a couple minutes.
All right, guys, go take a 5-minute break, please.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, all others in between. The battle in the stars continues here with map 2 between Team Electron and Bioshock as we take place here on Lotus. The previous map going the way of Team Bioshock, winning on Ascent 13-9. And here we are as we are getting agent select going. Tank and Kingston running a double duelist comp on the attack side here on Lotus. Got a Phoenix Ray Cypher Breach Omen composition out of the side of Bioshock, with Electron opting to play something more contemporary, something more traditionalist. We've got Mikey on the Breach, Kept on the Killjoy, Soy on the Rays, Spiff on the Omen, and then Curtis once again back on the Gecko. Sorry about that. Very fascinating to see a Rays Phoenix out and no neons. Been seeing a lot more neon on Lotus since it got brought back into the map pool a couple months back. A lot of teams been iterating and experimenting with Yoru, but it looks like both Team Electron and Bioshock wanting to take a couple steps back, go back to champions last year, maybe the meta around this time last year, with the Rays being prominent before the neon buffs. Once again, being joined by Corey. We're gonna get started off fast and furious here. Is the fault line gonna come out? Both Kingston and Soy gonna trade out kills with the paint shells. As Spiff gonna get one on the Kingston here. Flashpoint going out. Is Zoro able to get one onto Spiff? So 1-for-1s all around. Zoro able to get one onto Mikey, who takes care of Baconator. And it's quickly down to a 2v2 situation here. Zoro will get the spike down here, planting for tree. As it'll be Kept and Curtis, who are both at full HP here. Curtis with a ghost in hand. Kept running a classic with light shields. That might come into effect here pretty soon. As Zero able to get one with a headshot onto Curtis. The 105 dink onto Kept. The low HP player able to finish it out, and Bioshock picking up where they left off on Ascent with a pistol round win.
Very, very fast round.
And that was something we discussed in between maps, was Bioshock's attack side was very pedal to metal, very aggressive. This being Electron's pick, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely seeing why Bioshock opted to take the attack half, wanting to start off very attack-sided map is Lotus. We're starting out with a death ball here towards the B main point. And it's looking like Electron may try to flank the attack here and flip the map, as three players are here in lobby. Dizzy gonna go out and try to blind one as Curtis is able to get one to Zero, but Tank with a hero rifle making quick work of him, as only Zero falls in that exchange. As it's gonna be up to Spiff and Kept once again. Spiff using the Shrouded Step to get into boxes, but unfortunately only so much a Classic can do against Spectres and a Vandal. That's a second map win, or round win for Bio. This is gonna put the onus onto Electron here. Gonna bring out the Vandals with the regen shields, and Kept opting only for light shields, as Mikey actually bringing through an Odin here. So this could be very interesting here. Mikey could get all the paper mache walls here on tree. As soon as you hear that Odin, it may be Frag City for Electron here. Only time will tell here. Won't register the shots. As that crosshair set up, that Odin has already made its presence felt, as Zero is down a couple points of HP. Shots are being exchanged here, as
I have the spike.
looks like Baconator has taken quite a lot of space over towards the C site here. Gonna walk into this Killjoy setup from Cap. who is holding passively from within waterfall. Gonna be joined up
Satchel out.
by Curtis here as these
Satchel out.
satchels are gonna get
Watch your eyes.
Kingston into a good spot here. Shots are being exchanged here. These Vandals gonna find work.
Spike planted.
It's gonna be up. Here we go. The retake is on. 5v5 is Zoro able to get a ghost kill onto Capped. It's a massive bonus frag. Izzy being used coming out here. Kingston able to get one. The close angle not accounted for.
One enemy remaining.
And Tank able to get several there. Gets two. One onto Soy, one onto Mikey. Spiff teleporting onto the box is not accounted for by Zero, but is immediately traded out by Baconator.
Who else is having a great time? Just me. Oh, I'm gutted.
That is a bonus round converted. Which I think is the second bonus round that's been converted in the series, if I'm not mistaken.
Careful now.
Fault line gonna come through from the side of Mikey here. It's the IGL playing the initiator role. Here we go. And Tank able to get a massive 2K. The IGL for Bioshock fragging out here. Kingston. Fifth. Able to get one with that stinger, but one is all he'll get as Tank able to take him out on with a 3K presently. It's going to be up to Captain Curtis here. Curtis able to get one into Kingston here. Zero is going to get the spike down.
Planted.
Tank has run it back available if he wanted to elect to use it. The Phoenix Ultimate's so useful to have. Regenerates very quickly.
Get him, wingman. Last player standing.
As Tank makes it a 4K, finds Capped.
Like
And Curtis may just elect to ace, or not to ace, but elect to save. Gonna elect to deny the ace. That's the verbiage I'm looking for. And that'll be 4 on the board for Team Bioshock. Starting off Lotus fast and furious, just like they ended off on Ascent. But definitely a result you expect if you are bringing Lotus into the map pool. This Tank is going to try to hunt that down, but unfortunately will not find Curtis in time. And Tank letting him know in all chat. As Mikey is going to elect a timeout down 4-0. Definitely a opportune timeout. Definitely a good one. The early onslaught, definitely something you expect. And pumping the brakes a little early, getting an opportunity to talk to your team and figure out what everybody else is being seen or seeing. Especially as an IGL playing on the initiator role, you're only able to see so much. Something I wanted to point out upon learning that both IGLs were playing on KO on Ascent. It's not typically a role you see the IGLs play, as you're more focused on like what's happening on your minimap, setting up team flashes, rather than setting up and coordinating the overall macro strat or the micro strats rather than the macro. So it was definitely an interesting read, and we definitely got to tell a 2 KOs last game. Just something I wanted to point out. Not trying to criticize either player. But some players can make it work IGLing on the KO role. Others not, you know, it's definitely one that takes a lot of talent, and I definitely don't have personally. Just something I'm regurgitating that Minnie once said. Former coach of Fnatic.
Placing alarm bot.
So we get here round 5, about to start up here. Heavy BRC aggression here from the side of Bioshock as Spiff gonna throw a paranoia from Mound.
Joke's over.
Gonna catch a couple with the near sighting, but not enough as Tank's gonna pop, run it back, gonna find one on a Curtis here. Gonna run right behind Kingston until the very end. It's kept here. Nike falls to Kingston, but Soy just right there to get the trade out. This is gonna be another 2v4 retake attempt here from the side of Team Electron. These angles are being accounted for. Soy gonna use the paint shell to try to break some utility there at the close angle.
One enemy remaining.
Fault line coming through as Zero gets one into Cap. Hot hands going out as Zero finishes off the round 5-0 in favor of Team Bioshock.
Turret out.
Oh, making sure I don't accidentally join the wrong Discord channel again. would not be a good thing. Oh, you're on your headset. Okay. Thought you were talking through hers. Okay.
A little bit better now, so.
Yeah. I gotcha. I just DM'd her thinking you were on her account still. As Kingston's able to get the opening frag, as Zoro gets one. Curtis trying to trade it out, but instead the KJ turret gets some of those hands. As kept able to find one on the Kingston.
Hey, trying to get out of there.
Fragging IGL. Curtis down to very low HP here. Gonna try to regain one of his buddies. That fault line gonna come through. Doesn't get a stun, but Capped able to present a head right for the taking for Tank. But Curtis, 22 HP in all, with full regen shields there to get the trade as it's 2v2. Has Thrash available if he elects to use it. Mosh Pit gonna go out, gonna try to deny this.
Off your feet!
The fault line being baited out, and that's gonna confirm the round.
Soy just choosing to fall back.
Yeah, I'm electing to save, not a bad idea. You'll take the small victories. Yes, you're going down 6-0, but you did bait one of the four ultimates that, or 2 ultimates that Bioshock had in play, and that was the Rolling Thunder. The only ultimate currently in play for the attack being From the Shadows from Zero, which could still be a nuisance if left unchecked. But speaking of ultimates, Electron has Mikey's Rolling Thunder 1 away and Kep's Lockdown 2 off, with Spiff, Soy, and Curtis all having their ults at the ready.
It's looking like a full C push here.
Another death ball through C.
Over to B.
Yeah, Baconator's been very slow on these lurks. A 4-stack here. This KJ util should clear this out, and they're gonna be present of the potential of someone being on those boxes here on the close left. As Kingston's able to get quick onto site.
Pick here. Kingston
Gets a dink through the wall onto Cap. Is Curtis able to get 2 quick frags from Waterfall? Spike not going down just yet. Zero will get the plant.
Spike planted.
Not being contested here as it's a 3v3 here. Baconator's still in play. Managing to find one there in Waterfall. Thrash and the Showstopper coming in as the Showstopper finds one.
One enemy remaining.
Curtis able to get a third. That's the double swing from Soy and Mikey that get Electron their first round.
Close in on him.
Shame. I love explosions.
Very costly though, is 2 big ultimates being used for 1 round. With the From the Shadows and Rolling Thunder now available still, and Cap's ultimate is just 1 away. Definitely makes it doable here. The best you can hope for presently with those ultimates in their back pocket would be potentially an 8-4. Or at least a 7-5.
It's looking like Electron is opting to stack on C. However, Bio is looking to do a full push on A.
It's a 5-man A. And they are definitely adapting to the faster playstyle from Bio, with the team immediately pivoting over towards A. As soon as the presence was noted, but already, not even 20 seconds into the round, the spike has gone down. It's going to be a full 5v5 retake. That Rolling Thunder coming out from the side of Mikey, not going to find anybody on site. Kingston able to get one into drop, but is immediately traded by Mikey. Mikey's positioning being aware here. Curtis able to get one. Wingman currently defusing, gets killed. Tank and
standing.
Zero
gets
managed to take care of one. Tank takes care of Mikey, and it's Baconator to finish out the round. Very
Absolutely
scrappy
brutal.
retake.
Brutal crossfire there from Bio.
Yeah. It's definitely the what's the word? It's the one thing when the one detriment to playing so reactive is if you're able to set if your opponent is able to set an execute and get it down quickly, they can then quickly fall off into post plant positions as your retake is starting. And Bioshock's tempo is definitely showing through.
Oh, they found my wire.
And here we go, Kingston popping the showstopper. That is gonna give them the entirety of sight. Zero able to get one onto Spiff here. Here we go, it's gonna be on a swing. Curtis here, Dizzy gonna go out, but is immediately dealt with as Baconator gets one onto Soy, gets a second on the Curtis.
One enemy remaining.
Baconator opting to use the neural theft in a 1v5 situation as Capt is just fighting for their life. Classic Dink is all he'll be able to get as it is a prime gaming flawless for the side of Bioshock.
What an absolutely fast push on this siege site. And Team Electron just opting to push behind them, but they were prepared for it with that cipher.
Oh, 100%. That is like as a Killjoy enjoyer. That is the thing that I have to admit is despite how good that Killjoy is locking down a site, Cypher is able to give you a level of information that very few of the other Sentinels can provide you with the camera and the trips, not to mention the neural theft. It does sound like an operator is in play from Soy. Shot just going just a bit wide. It's looking like Bioshock are opting to end here on the B site. Spike will go down in the default plant as Kingston and Tank have taken a ton of space towards heaven. The Boombot will find one, but so will Tank's rifle. Mikey able to get one on the Tank as Spiff able to take care of Baconator, but Kingston, they're close enough to play the trade. Spiff able to get one on a Zoro. The lockdown coming in, so it's going to force the two remaining players of Bioshock to play off-site here. Kingston down to low HP. But I think, yeah, Zero is playing just outside of the reach of this.
Area's clear.
Paranoia going to come through. The dink, the phantom moment. And Curtis just has the stick, no
Just does
time.
not have the time. Tries to get a pick, but
Kept will deal with them, and that is an 8-2 score line going into round 11.
both sides lost the operator, but seems like that was they were willing to make that trade.
And it was a sacrifice they were willing to make. Very much like somebody like Lord Farquaad. The operator may be lost, but it's a sacrifice they were willing to make. 8-2.
Like going for another fast A execute here.
Another fast A exact. From the shadows being utilized. Ultimate orb acquired. Biggest difference to this hit is that it looks like Electron may be here in time to actually deny it. No, they're just going to commit to the retake. Paint Shell and Dimash Pit coming out. Dizzy as well.
Taking up
Fault line as well. Smith able to get the opening frag. There's the Mosh Pit. Baconator gets one on the cap. Spiff down to 30 HP. TP's into his own smoke. Zero able to get one as the smoke dissipates. Wingman dealt with. No defuse at the moment. The lineup and tree is perfect as Zero finishes out the round with a 3K 9-2 for Bioshock on their attack half has looked flawless.
I was just playing these crossfires so perfectly. They're setting up for the crossfires.
It is crazy to me that it feels like that situation of, I'm trying to remember the series that I saw. It was from over in EMEA where I think it was the Fnatic, had to have been the Fnatic Foot series, or Fnatic. It was the Fnatic Liquid series where both teams were pretty much good on the same maps. Spiff able to get a very early pick on the tank. Dying up incredibly deep on C Long as the fault line coming out. Gonna do nothing but give presence and credence to knowing that, and the suppressor was sticking out through the smoke. Cap able to get one here. 3v5 here. Ooh, unfortunately for Mikey as he gets caught with the... Yeah, gets caught with the util out as Zoro able to get one on the Spiff. Makes this immediately a 3v3 here.
Here's one coming in from behind him. Does get the pick on
Gets the
Soy.
third onto Soy. So aware here as Baconator able to get one onto Curtis, and Baconator gets the second, making this a 10-2 half, denying the curse for the time being.
Switching sides.
That is as good of a Lotus half as you can get on the attack side if you're Bioshock, without going 12-0 or 11-1. But now this is where the shoe is on the other foot. Team Electron, this was your map pick. Please tell me you guys had something cooked up.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Maybe this is their time to shine, to turn it around. Maybe they are an attacker team.
Definitely, I would surely hope so.
I know there's a couple
28
maps where I
frags.
just play better on attacker side.
Yeah, it's an attack-sided map. This is a 100% a T-sided map. I can't really think of a T... I think Dust is a T-sided map, I guess. I don't know if it's T-sided or not, but this is as T-sided as it gets. As Spiff able to get one in the tank. Baconator able to get one. Kingston gets Kingston gets three with that Deagle. This could be all up to Cap. So gets one with the Ghost. USP is finding heads, but Zoro's Glock locks it down. It's 11-2.
Placing alarm bot.
It's just the firepower coming out of Bio is just unreal. It's definitely not a tell of an all-star player, as you have not one but two players on the opposite end, three players that are at least 2 KD at the moment, with Zero, Baconator, and Tank. As Zero and Kingston both getting an opening pick. Zero with the Deagle, Kingston with the paint shell. As this 4-spy coming out of the defense is proving to be a nuisance. Tank getting 2 with that Guardian. The flashpoint sealing the deal for Curtis. And Bioshock has this on that point.
Match point.
Map and series point, I should add. My apologies. If you're Electron, you have to find a way to make the Stinger and these 4 Bulldogs bark. You have to find a way.
Mow him down.
Looking at an aggressive push from Bio over on C. Same side that Electron is looking at pushing.
Creeping up towards B as
Pushing
Kingston
in, does not get the pick on Mikey.
gives him a free kill. And Tank getting caught out by himself. The Guardian shot's just going a bit wide. Soy able to get one as Zoro able to find Mikey. Spaginator trades one, that Vandal getting capped. 2v3 advantage here. Spiff gonna upgrade to a Guardian. No shields up against a Vandal and a Sheriff. It's gonna be the Sheriff that they have to deal with.
Looks like Baconator's choosing to save.
Yeah, Baconator's just gonna live to fight another round, which not the worst decision in the world. This would have been, and this is their bonus round for the half. Zero has 4,100 credits going into this round. Zoro has 3,300. Tank having 150 credits going into this round, and then Kingston with 2,450.
Definitely, so this is good good for them.
Definitely not a bad decision to save the Vandal. And with Electron saving a Vandal, a Bulldog, and a Guardian. That would definitely be very nice. They'll at least be able to get 2 players up with a Vandal or a Phantom to go into round 16 here. Actually, no, they'll have to scrap around and get another Bulldog or another Guardian. Actually, no, someone does drop for Mikey.
Not seeing the drop for Tank quite yet. They might. There we go. Tank,
Yeah.
Guardian.
It'll be, it's about as even of a buy as you could get out of both teams here.
That's right.
A Guardian and 4 Vandals to set a bio here on map. Still map point 13-12 here as we enter round 16.
Looks like we're getting a little bit of aggression off at B, but they both, Kingston and Zoro, decided to pull back. Not real eager to take on those fights.
Yeah, the curveball being expanded, used from Tank. Because we are seeing a little bit more pace, a little bit more reservation out of Electron on their attack side.
It's a little more nervous. But
Great.
so is Bio. They're not playing as aggressive as they were before.
No, they're not wanting to. They know how easily it is to snowball on this map, especially if you lose the economy. This is a round where if Bio is able to close this out, they win the series. But if Electron managed to convert this, it breaks the economy. And that gets the ultimate cycle going. The only ultimate currently up for Bio is Tank's Run It Back. Kingston 1 away from the showstopper. The rest of the team at least 4 away.
Zoro gets a little bit of information on B, but
Yeah, Tank will get some information of this A hit. Dizzy won't actually notice him. Knife out. Tank able to get one into Spiff, but is immediately traded up by Curtis. And here comes the Cavalry. Nobody playing on the A site.
Zoro gets a full blind on what looks like all of them.
Plant the spike.
Running it down all the way to 10 seconds. Dizzy. Wingman's going to have to get the plant down.
One enemy remaining.
And Wingman does manage to get the plant, but it's going to be a 3v2. So wait here.
1v2.
One enemy
Both players are low HP. The showstopper being popped. And gets the 4K. Down to 2 HP and a dream. To quote Zelsis, it doesn't matter how you do it, it's that you did it. And that breaks the economy of Bio. It almost looked to me in that situation that he did not mean to pop the showstopper, but in the end it worked out.
It worked out for him.
It may have all been according to Keikaku. Who knows? Not me. Translator's note, Keikaku Min's plan. So we get right back into this.
Kingston is going for a little bit of an aggro push with the Sheriff on C.
This
Tossing
Roomba
might be tossing
not
out
gonna
the
notice
shells
him.
here. I mean, someone is right next to him.
Oh,
Pops
Kingston
up the-
popping his own showstopper, able to get a trade.
They trade each other.
Yeah. The headshot from the Vandal and the showstopper going 1 for 1. Both raises and taking each other out.
Spike
Mikey able to
down.
find
got
0,
Kurt.
but Tank immediately
My eyes are down.
getting the trade onto Curtis, and it's a 3v3 here, but Tank,
He's looking to heal up.
yeah, taking full advantage of the Phoenix, gonna be able to regenerate back up to a decent amount of health here with that hot hands. Here we go, 48 seconds in the round. Wingman not in play. Whichever site they decide to,
But
yeah,
I don't think they know that Baconator is there with all
oh,
of his
Baconator
detail.
setup here. Spiff's gonna get
Jumps
ahead of it.
perfectly over,
Trip
but
right in
does
his
not
face.
kill
Baconator's Deagle does not miss. Mikey with the trade out, however. Hot hands coming, or the run it back coming out from Tank. Able to get one of the Cap.
Down B.
Cap's gonna have to find 2 more frags here.
Watch your eyes.
1v2 here. Gets blinded.
Curveball coming out. Timing just missed.
Doesn't know that Zoro is right. Zoro knows that.
10 seconds. World is closing in around him. 9 seconds. Second flashpoint. Full blind. Can't see a
Reaching in.
thing.
That's how they close it out.
And Tank closes out the map. 13-4. Bioshock winning the series and the map. Very well executed from the side of Bioshock on their attack side on Lotus, and their defensive side on Ascent was just lights out. Well played to Electron, however.
Both such aggressive teams. That was a fun watch.
Oh, 100%. It was one of those games that could have gone either way. It's just the momentum snowballed in one direction and never really was able to be
Fully get
corralled back into the other's favor. Definitely can see both of these teams making a run here in the Battle in the Stars.
Well, do you want to interview any of the players?
Yeah, by all means, if you want to bring somebody in, by all means.
Ooh, who should we
We could-
interview?
I think, you know what? Kingston had north of a 315 ACS in both maps. I think we should bring Kingston in.
Can surely do that. Give me 1 second. All right. And how's it going?
Hello?
Got our MVP interview here with Kingston here. So I should probably go ahead and say you guys played phenomenal. I want to ask really quick, did you guys at all prac and prepare for Lotus? Because that attack half out of you guys looked unreal.
Yeah, I think we put the most practice in this map, like, whenever the team started. Like, it's ever, like, always been our strongest.
Gotcha. So, you got any questions, Corey?
I do. So, both, as we pointed out, both teams just have such aggressive play styles. My question is, how did you feel about them getting aggressive on you guys? Were you expecting them? Basically, both maps, every round was just such an aggressive push and really didn't slow down until the end. Did you guys expect that at all?
Yeah, I mean, with Lotus, like, especially on Lotus, you gotta, like, expect aggression, like, from any side, so I think with the, like, amount of practice we've had on this map, like, the amount of reps and drills we've had, it's just, like, it's come, and you just expect it.
Nope, 100%. I can agree to that.
Yeah.
So this is usually my favorite one to, when tier 1 players get asked this. So I want to ask you, if you're in charge of making a composition, what's the one agent you want to play that you probably aren't going to get to play if you're not controlling the compositions?
It has to be Chambry. That's always been my favorite character to play.
A man after my own heart. Definitely. Yeah, especially with the recent changes to his or I know I say recent, but it's been about a year or so ago with the changes to the teleport. And we're seeing players like Leaf and a few other players experiment with him on maps like for temporarily on like Pearl to name a few, but we could totally see him. So there's possibility.
Yeah.
Got another one, Corey?